Tonight on the MTN News, the cost to build.
I think there was just far more demand than there was supply.
How construction companies are trying to cope with rising expenses. And reining in wind power projects.
Scale process, and I think they want to make sure that everybody has a voice in what's happening.
One eastern Montana county doing more to regulate where wind farms and other industries can be built. Plus, a facelift and some big expansion plans for a popular Billings skate park. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. No secret, housing prices have soared the past few years all around Montana, and Billings is certainly no exception. Those high prices are also affecting the builders, with materials and labor being more expensive as well. It's a trend many say began during COVID. Charlie Kleps reports on how companies are looking for ways to cut down on costs.
As the city of Billings continues to grow, the construction of new homes is becoming increasingly common.
We saw tremendous growth during COVID.
It's a trend Steve Wells says skyrocketed during the pandemic, but one he says is still prevalent today.
There's still good demand for new homes in Billings.
And along with the need for homes increasing, so did the cost.
2021 is when prices really shot through the roof.
But Wells says those extra funds aren't just going to the builders.
Our materials have increased nearly double, and labor is up probably 50%.
Our labor's gone up. I mean, we're all making anywhere 30 plus.
And while you might expect the price hikes to be driven by Trump's tariffs, these crews are saying it's not.
We were prepared at the beginning of the year for much worse price increases, and it really hasn't been noticeable.
It's pretty much the same. I mean, it fluctuates so bad anyhow that you can't tell anything with the tariffs.
They say it's purely from a growing need, being felt more than ever at this new subdivision called Wild Rose.
Some of them are selling before they're even built.
Most of these are selling before they're built.
The 170-home subdivision on the city's west end is being built by Wells' company, hoping to fill a need of smaller and more affordable homes for this growing community.
We focus on building a really good house for the best price we can.
Wells says projects like these save money, mass-producing homes and not customizing the design.
In doing that, it saves around 20% of the cost.
And it certainly keeps framers busy, who definitely aren't complaining.
I mean, we're way more worried about running out of work than having too much. So the more they give us, the more we'll build.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
A speech this morning from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Pal in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, sparked a big reaction on Wall Street.
The baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance.
Pal used Friday's speech to signal the central bank is open to cutting interest rates ahead of its next decision in September. Stock markets soared after Pal's speech, with the Dow gaining 850 points today to move just short of its 52-week high. The Justice Department has released what it says is the complete transcript of an interview with Jeffrey Epstein's convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. CBS News' Erica Brown has the story from the White House.
There is no list. I'm not aware of any blackmail.
Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche went beyond her association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In newly released audio and transcripts, Maxwell also discussed her interactions with President Trump.
President Trump was always very cordial and very kind to me. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody.
The Justice Department also shared the first batch of files related to the Epstein case with members of the House Oversight Committee after a subpoena. The president says he supports the Justice Department releasing the files.
But I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax.
The Justice Department released the records after facing mounting pressure from lawmakers and President Trump's base for more transparency. The Trump administration faced backlash after a DOJ and FBI review found no evidence of an Epstein client list, and President Trump has dismissed the pushback.
So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency, and the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff.
Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney said no promises were made in exchange for her cooperation with the Justice Department. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The Department of Justice carrying out search warrants on a former Trump advisor turned critic. FBI agents searched the Maryland home of former National Security Advisor John Bolton today, who served in President Trump's first term. Agents also searched his Washington, D.C. office, and hours later were seen carrying items out the back door. CBS News has learned that search was related in part to classified documents investigation.
He's not a smart guy, but he could be a very unpatriotic guy. I mean, we're going to find out.
The first Trump administration accused Bolton of divulging classified information in his 2020 memoir entitled The Room Where It Happened. The Justice Department sued to block the publishing of that book, but the Biden administration dropped the case. Trump claims he knew nothing about the raid. Let's turn to the weather. It's been a pretty nice Friday evening out there in Billings. How is the weekend shaping up? For a first look at the forecast, here's meteorologist Jason Stiff. Jason?
And good Friday evening, everyone. Taking a look at our satellite and radar composite, not much showing up right now. We had some isolated showers and thunderstorms, mostly over northern Johnson County, south of Sheridan County in northern Wyoming. But aside from that, we have fewer and fewer clouds outside, and that's a good opportunity in about 6 hours or so, about 6.5 hours, to see the International Space Station. If you're up really early at 4:40 tomorrow morning, again about 6.5 hours from now, you'll actually see the International Space Station emerge from the Earth's shadow just over eastern Idaho, just east of Pocatello in Idaho Falls, and it'll go quickly over the course of 4 minutes until 4:44 toward western Ontario. You'll have a chance to see it for about 4 minutes or so. We're gonna have a lot of clear sky. There will be some haze and smoke in the air as well, but overall that's going to be higher altitude. Our forecast for the weekend as well as all of next week coming up in a few minutes.
Some eastern Montana landowners have been proposing regulations that could affect wind turbine development in that area. The planning board in Dawson County voted to recommend regulations that may determine where those projects and other structures can be built. Q2's David J. has more.
It's a beautiful day out with probably a 5 or 10, maybe even a 12-mile-an-hour gust day, so they could generate good energy from the wind, but there are detrimental effects to the environment.
Todd Tibbetts is a farmer and rancher in Dawson County, about 4 miles southeast of Glendive.
It could affect the animals. When we have these long-term chemicals that don't degrade very fast in the natural state, I think that could affect us.
Tibbetts is among a group of landowners concerned about wind energy projects, pointing to what they see as environmental concerns about worn-out turbines spreading fiberglass particles.
The shedding is a huge concern of, the speed of that fiberglass going through the air is fairly high, and rain and dust particles in the air could cause abrasion to those.
The farmers and ranchers aimed their proposals at wind turbines that would be more than 600 feet tall, or about the height of the first interstate tower. The planning board voted to recommend some development regulations, but they're not aimed at any particular industry.
If you want to build a new house in Dawson County, you will have to meet the required setbacks for the height of your new home. It's not just about wind towers.
Forrest Sanderson is the Dawson County planner. He says those proposed regulations state the structures of 250 feet in height must be set back 1 mile from houses or commercial buildings, must be 10 miles from Makoshika State Park, 5 miles from municipalities, and 3 miles from the Yellowstone River.
Setbacks from property lines are like fences. They make for better neighbors. They're designed to protect property rights both ways.
While Tibbetts has his wind turbine concerns, he says the regulations encompass all industries.
We're not out there attempting to be against growth, but I think the growth has got to be in a responsible manner.
And now the recommendations go to the Dawson County Commissioners. In Billings, David J., MTN News.
You may have seen our report last night on a battle over public access in Montana's crazy mountains, but we're taking an in-depth look at this issue in a half-hour special, Lines Drawn in the Crazies. It airs at 9:30 tomorrow night. We hope you can tune in. That's again tomorrow night, August 23rd, right before the MTN 10 o'clock news. Our Super Senior segment recognizes our seasoned citizens who are making a difference in their community or just doing some cool things for their age. It's been 2 years since we started this segment, and I have featured more than 50 Super Seniors since then. Many of them were in attendance today as we held a Super Senior celebration at St. John's United. I had a good time emceeing it today. Mayor Bill Cole was one of the speakers for the event, and it was really great to see all of the Super Seniors and their friends and families who turned out. Certainly a fun morning. You can see all of these Super Senior stories that we've done online on KTVQ.com. And while you're there, you can also nominate someone you know who you think would be good to feature. Again, that's on KTVQ.com under the Super Seniors tab.